The exercise of the week is a trap bar or hex bar deadlift. This is a hex bar, and essentially what it does is when you deadlift with it, instead of the weight being in front of you like a traditional straight barbell, the weight is more in line with your midline. So for a lot of people, it takes some stress off of their back, and it's just, frankly, from a coaching standpoint, an easier way to teach people how to deadlift. Now, for us in our gym, we do not start beginners with a trap bar deadlift. What we do is we have them progress through a kettlebell deadlift from the ground, and as soon as they can do 8 to 10 kettlebell deadlifts with the heaviest kettlebell we have in the gym, which is 44 kgs or 100 pounds, then we transition them to the trap bar deadlift. So for the trap bar right now, I have a pair of 45s on each side, and our trap bars at the gym weigh 58 pounds. And I know that because if I look on the end of the barbell, it'll tell me how much it weighs. So there are 2 sets of handles on a trap bar. Right now, is the way I have it set up, I'm using what's called the high handles. And then if I were to flip the barbell over, then I could set myself up and use what's called the low handles. Often the way you determine which handles to use is dictated by your height. The taller you are, you'll probably use the higher handles. If you're shorter, maybe 5'5" or less, you'll use the low handles. But again, that's just gonna go based off of your height and then also your setup and your mobility, your ability to sit down into your hips. So once you're ready to go, you're gonna stand right in the middle of the trap bar, and you're gonna find your hand placement right in the center of the handles. Now you'll notice I haven't really bent my knees yet. How I teach people to do this is to bend over, find their grip, and then they're gonna pull through the handles as a way to pull your butt down into this loaded position. When you do it like that, now I've got lots of tension and load in my legs, so that when I stand up with the trap bar, it's almost like I'm exploding. I'm an explosive spring. So instead of just passively squatting down and then trying to find tension, I'm just gonna bend over, find my grip in the center of the handles, pull up on the barbell a little bit, bring my butt down, and then to stand up, the only action I'm gonna tell you to do is to push the earth down. Push the earth down until I'm fully standing. Then I'm going to squat, tap, push the earth down, squat, tap, push the earth down, squat, tap, push the earth down. On my last rep, I'm gonna put it down the same way I've picked it up. A cue I have found really helpful, and what I use with my clients, I'm out of breath here, is instead of thinking of it as a deadlift, when we think lift, we think about pulling on a weight. I like to refer to it as a dead press, because if you're doing it correctly, the action is to press down through your feet, more like a leg press, versus pulling up on the barbell. That way, once I get set up here with my upper body, I'm not picking the weight up. I'm not allowing myself to think like that. Instead, I'm thinking about pushing the earth down through my feet, and that's the action that brings the trap bar up. That is a trap bar deadlift.